This base is really, really getting out of hand. I mean, there's more toolboxes than there is floor space in here at this point. Welcome back, everyone, to JAAMtastic Adventures. This isn't going to be a slightly less adventurous episode. Today we're going to be doing some work around the base. I'm hoping to get somewhat of a little actual temporary base built, because this is kind of rubbish. And, you know, once that's done, I might also have a little bit of an extra plan to do after that. You'll see. So, first up, I think I need to connect this to what I've got going on underground. This could be used for storage or something, I don't know. But I think it's definitely worth getting them connected. So I think the best place to go down would probably be right here. So I'm going to move these furnaces. So I know they say you're not supposed to dig straight down, but I think this is the best option. I am going to check what the Y level on this is though, because I think once I'm down to the right level I'm going to have to go across a bit. So this is 61. So Y level 61 is here. So now I should just need to dig this way. And there we go. That's the underground bit connected to the actual base. I completely forgot about needing ladders to get up and down. Yep, that's definitely something important. You know what? I think I've got some fancy ladders around here. There's andesite ones. I think there might be something else. Okay, that's more andesite. Ah, and then there's also the copper ladders. So, I think I'm going to use copper ladders for this. I should probably change the actual ladder shaft bit first before I start placing them. I need an actual floor in here, actually. I've just been using the grass. Right, what's a good floor block that I have access to? There's moonstone, but I don't have a lot of that. Let's see, is there any actual floorings in this? Oh. There is kind of, but they're terrible. Right, I've decided to go with cut andesite. Problem is, I need a stone cutter for that, and I don't remember how I make one. Smooth stone? Ugh, fine. Right, so let's make a stone cutter. Let's pop that here for now, and now I should be able to get cut andesite. Yeah, you know what, I quite like how that looks. It's a bit more reflective than I expected. I can see my lights on it. Not sure how I feel about that, but yeah, I think that works alright for a floor. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the top bit the same or just leave this as grass. I'll decide that later. And there is the ladder to the basement. Sorry. I actually kind of like how it goes over the top like that. And I had the perfect number to get it to there. I don't know if this is with create ladders, or if there's something in this that adds this to all ladders. But if I go on a ladder and look down, I go down a lot faster, which is quite handy. Right, now I think I'm going to put some chests in this wall here, because yeah, I want to have my storage kind of out of the way down here rather than all upstairs. Right, so I'm just gonna put these here. I've had to use dirt brick slabs because there's no actual dirt slabs, but you know what, that looks similar enough. I probably should have actually put like a proper roof and everything in here instead of just leaving it as dirt, but I don't really care that much. This is just a temporary thing. You know, it looks so miserable while raining, and yet somehow even that looks better with shaders on. Amazingly, I managed to get all the toolboxes in my inventory, so now we're going to bring them all down here and unbox everything. I mean, this is just insane. I've got 12 of them. I might have overdone it a bit here. Alright, and then I'm going to put my furnaces over here. Not gonna lie, for the time being, most of these are probably gonna go unused, but it's better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them. Right, I've moved a couple of things around up here. So now that all the furnaces are downstairs, I've got my anvil and my gun workbench here. And I'm going to move my bed upstairs, because I'm going to create an upstairs, which I haven't actually done yet. Right, I need more of these ladders. How much copper do I need? No, that's copper steps. That's not what I want. Why am I in all caps? I need ladder. Oh. 1 ingot gives you 2 ladders. That's actually a really good exchange rate. That's a great deal. Also, something I think I need to work on in here is once I've got a floor above this, I need lights hanging down, because torches don't really seem to do much with open spaces. They're a bit better when they're enclosed, like down in the bottom. But when it's open like this, they seem less effective than usual. And I'm not quite sure how or why that works. Right, it was a bit stupid putting some of my resources into these chests when it's the things that I'm currently needing. I'm still torn about... You know what? No, I'm not going to use acacia. I was going to put the upstairs floor being acacia. That's not the right chest. But actually, I think I would prefer jungle. I've only got a little bit of jungle wood left though, so I'm going to need to grow another one. Right, so this is just going to come in here, but then this front part, I want to get a bit wider. Right, let's have a look at this from outside. Yeah, that's not working at all, the way that that gets wider. That's going to need to be a bit more gradual, I think. So, I'm going to need stairs, I guess. You know what, I'll figure out how to transition into the wider bit better in a minute. I'm going to just build out a bit more of it first. I am going to have to acquire another bed so I can make this a double so it looks more even, but I've kind of got some of the second floor in place, and you know what, I'm liking it. I do need to get the sort of transition into this level a bit better, because at the moment from the outside it does not look great. See, in my mind what I'm doing makes sense, but I guess I'm gonna have to wait and see how it actually turns out. Yeah, see, I don't know what's going on with these torches. They really do not seem to be providing light at all. I'm gonna have a look and see what other lighting sources I can get. Right, I think I've found some cool lights I could go with, but I'm gonna need some copper stuff, and I think I have what I need in one of these various toolboxes. That's what I need. Copper sheets and copper nuggets. Perfect. Right, I'm going to make a couple of these just to test them out and see if they're actually any good as a lighting source. What I'm making are these copper cage lamps. So I had a look at all the different lights in the create mod, and this was one of the things that came up. That's not even on. Oh, you can just turn them on like that. It's still not very bright, but I do like how they look. So maybe it'd be worth investing in some more of those, but I am going to need to get more copper plates, because I only had the 2. Why? Why? There's so many turtles in this world, and they've just taken over my boat. Can I still get in this? Yeah, I think there's like 11 seats in it or something, so... should be fine. Wait, one of them started to suffocate. Can I just kill them like this? Right, so I am going on a little mini adventure because I need cactus and I don't think I have any. I probably should have checked before I left, but well, I'm already out now, it doesn't matter. Alright, there's the cactus. That was literally all I needed. Right, so I've added some stairs to smooth this out a bit more, and I'm liking how it's looking more, but I feel like the back part of it's awful flat and square, and I might need to do something about that. I can always figure that out later. For now, let's just finish building. Question is, do I have sand? Yes, I have 1 sand. Brilliant. Do I have any more sand? 5. Right, that's still not enough. Let's just grab some extra sand from underwater. So with the sand, which is now glass, and some copper, I can make these copper windows. And I'm going to turn the copper windows into copper window panes. See, I used fence posts to make the windows before, and I might stick with this for the ground floor, I don't know. But up here, I feel like I need actual windows. And you know what? Yeah, that looks quite good. I like that. There is still another dilemma with the design of this place that I'm yet to figure out. And that's the roof. I don't know how I'm going to do the roof on this. I am considering deep slate, but I'd have to go awful far for that. I might just do a copper roof. Or maybe acacia. I mean, I'm no building expert, but I think that's, it's not terrible. It's not my worst base. I'm not done with it yet. It still needs a couple more finishing touches, but so far, it's decent. I am going to completely get rid of these back corners, though. And I think I'm going to replace them with walls. See, that looks a bit funny because the light interacts differently with walls, but I think it's an improvement. Right, so I've looked at roof tiles. There are some, but I mean, these are all complicated with cloth and whatnot, and these are made out of bricks, and these are basalt. I'd have to go with the nether for them, so I'm not sure about that. And then there's also these as an option, but those are terracotta, and like, that's a whole other thing. So yeah, I'm a little bit torn on what to do with the roof. You know what, I'm just going to go with an old-fashioned wooden roof, but what type of wood do I want? I feel like spruce would be best. I don't have any spruce. Have I come across any spruce? Not really, I don't think. Oh wait, that looks... Oh no, that was the weird trees. Now, what type of wood were they? Because that's kind of over this way towards that village. I'm going to go have a look over there. Yeah, there's those trees. They were the weird sort of cone-shaped ones. Now, what type of logs do they have? Is that dark oak, I think? Oh no, that's spruce. That's spruce, that's perfect. You know what, I have an idea for getting a bit more... That's not what they're called. I forget what these blocks are called. There's something in Create which might help for getting a bit more depth on the roof. I've got one or two of them. These copycat steps. I thought they were called mimic steps. They're just one zinc ingot for 4. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to use some of them. I think that'll help for getting some more dynamic building when I'm doing this roof. Right, let's think about roofing. So, do I want slabs or stairs? I'm not sure. Better question is, where do I have zinc? That's raw, but I think there's some smelted. There we go, zinc. Right, so, oh, these are, oh, there's actually some interesting stuff you can do with zinc. I might have to look into this later. But this is what I need for now. Copycat steps. About a stack should do. That'll probably be fine for now. Right, so I'm going to put a crafting table somewhere around here. If I just put it there for now, and that way I can reach it while I'm up here to craft whatever I need. So, first of all, I want slabs. And these are just going to go along... I've immediately fell. So basically, what I want to do with these copycat steps is have them along here, and then put spruce in them. That's not where I meant to put that. There we go. And now, see, there's an overhang, but it's not a full block overhang, so it's noticeable, but not over the top. And then I'm also going to add that same sort of overhang here. That's not how I meant to place that at all. Okay, I'm going to have to get that later. That's just falling straight down. And then put spruce in there. I'm just going to jump to the water. Right, so how does that look? I've only done that at one side. Oh, I'm so stupid. And it's the side that's harder to see as well. Because it's not... Yeah, I think I need to wrap it round one block further. But I like how that looks, how it's got the slight overhang, but not a full block overhang. So now I need to figure out the actual... this part of the roof. Because this is just the back bit. Now we need the front. This is going to be a bit more annoying. So first of all, I am just going to bring this up another level. And I'm going to have a rim of these going around. Then at this bit, just blocks and slabs on top of the blocks. Actually, no, only the sides will be slabs. The middle of each of these bits will also be full blocks. Use the copycats like this and put wood in them. Yeah. And then just kind of bring this in a bit and continue it up. See, I'm trying to go for somewhere between a cone and a dome. Like, I don't want it to come to an exact point. I'm just kind of winging it here, to be honest. Okay, and I've run out of spruce wood. That's a pain. I did not really think about getting up and down from here very well, did I? Down I go, I guess. I suppose since I did have to come down, I could have a little look at how that's looking. You know what? I don't hate it. It's missing something, but I don't hate it. I'm stuck in a tree. Right, so if I take this out and put that there, yeah, I think I might need a little bit more than that. How about that? How does that look? Yeah, I think that'll do. Alright, it's not my best build, but it's far from my worst, so I think at least structurally this should do, but now it does need a bit more decorative stuff done to it. Right, so looking at the interior of the top floor, I definitely feel like I could do something with this space, of something dangling down, but I don't know what yet. Right, I've grabbed some stuff for decorating, and I'm going to start working on an interior for this upstairs bit. So first up, I'm going to just set this barrel in here. Actually, no, I don't want it like that. Immediately regretting everything. And we're going to put a cuckoo clock on that. And the other side will have the crafting table, and on top of that, I'm going to put a globe. I don't like the direction that's sitting in. Can I turn that? I need to put it there. Yep, there we go now. You can see more side on. And this is one of those weird grey globes. I don't know why there's two different globes, but I found this in the Citadel, and you know what, it looks quite fancy. And now I think I need to make a desk, so I am going to grab some spruce slabs. So that should do for a desk. I've got a little seat to sit here on, got that all set up. You know what, there might be a better way of doing this. Lectern, and then stairs inverted, and then put one of these panels down. That's not the way I wanted it at all. Yeah, I think that looks alright as a desk. We've got the lectern there, we've got the desk there. You know what, I'm going to move the globe from the bedside bit to the desk. Yeah, there we go, that's better. And then I've got these placard things to put up. I don't know what I'm going to put in them yet, but I'm going to put two here and two here. And you know what, I'll put the extra one there. And I've got the waystone, the jammy workshop. There we go, that'll do. And finally, I've got this pedestal. I might move this later if I build some sort of trophy room or something, but for now, the scepter of the Tinker King is just going to sit in here in my little room. Now this area is going to be for all the sort of workstations, even if they're not things that I use. So put that down, and then stone cutter can go there. And I'll make a smithing table. So now this bit's all very like workshop sort of stuff, and then I've got my little sort of study slash bedroom above it, and I really don't know what to do with the top floor. See, I kind of want to have like a big bell in the tower or something, but A, that doesn't make sense, and B, I'm not sure if I can fit something like that in here very well and actually get like a good shape to it. You know what, I might just leave the top floor for now. I am definitely going to fall out of this. This, in the future, will be... I'm not entirely sure how the airships work, so maybe this will be somewhere I can park my airship. But far beyond that, if I get an elytra, this will probably be where I can fly in and out. So for now, I'm just going to put a fence across the front of this, so it just looks like a little balcony. But yeah, that might be used for something else in future, other than just decorative. And then the back windows in this sort of back part of the structure will also just be done with fence posts like everything on the bottom floor. So that's really everything I kind of had planned for the base itself. I might work on this more over the next couple episodes, just adding little bits. But for now, I think that's the base sorted. However, I did say that after the base was done, I had something else to work on, and that is this, the boat. So at the moment, the boat is a bit bland, and it's also full of these stupid idiots. I'm not entirely sure how this works. Can I stand on the deck of the boat? Yeah, I can. There's so many turtles in this area. They're a pain. Oh! You are kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I died. My totem of undying has been used. I feel like I could scream right now. What on earth? I got killed by a turtle. The turtles can hit you? I didn't even know that. Right, well, I'm killing them with my gun from now on then. Right, we've got a turtle-free boat for now, but more are going to spawn in. I'm not sure how I'm going to stop that from happening. But, yeah, I have some stuff to add to the boat. Or at least I will have some stuff to add to the boat once I have made it. Like cannons. Oh my god, the cannons are expensive. 3 blocks of iron. Alright, I don't have a lot of iron, so I'm actually not going to be adding cannons yet. But I will add some chests. You know what I could do, which I won't do it today, but I could potentially rig it up in future, is a lift. If I use the create mod to make some sort of platform underwater that would lift up, then I could suspend the boat in the air. Almost like how they have the lifeboats on the side of large cruise ships that are like suspended, except it would be on a platform instead of hung by ropes. So I could sort of lift it up out the water, and then this turtles wouldn't be able to get into it. That will be a potential future project. I might have something like that here. I could set up here at the side of the base, have like a lift that would come up and take the boat out of the water. That might be an interesting thing to think about. Right, I'm not sure how many chests I can put in this thing, but I've made 4, and I made sure they're the vanilla chests, not modded ones, because I don't know if you can put modded ones in this. I don't even know how you get these in it, to be honest. I'm pretty sure there's a way. Do I just put them in here? No. I have no idea how customizing ships works, but I know that I can put things on it. Right, I might have to look this up. Alright, so I looked into I watched a video, I learned about some things that I might be doing with this ship in future. But turns out for now, this type of ship, you can't actually put cannons or whatever on. There's only one thing that you can add on to it. So it's a good thing I didn't waste lots of iron on cannons, because the only thing I can actually add onto this ship is shields. That's not how you craft a shield. Is it like this? There we go. Shields. So basically, what I learned about this ship is, and all the ships for that matter, is that they do take damage. I think this one has 200 health, but you can reduce the amount of damage it takes by putting shields on it. So if I click here, that's not what I meant to do. I can cover it in shields. So I think you can put up to 10 on it, I think it is. At the moment I've got 6, so that should provide plenty of protection to make the ship a bit more durable. Also, something else that I learned this ship specifically does is it actually goes through ice. If you've got any like ice in the water, this ship can go right through it. Like, it just completely destroys the ice blocks, which is a pretty cool feature. I have put some supplies in here, just extra food, bullets, and dirt. I'll probably put some more important stuff in later, but it's a shame that we couldn't really do anything with cannons and stuff on the boat, but at least I have upgraded it slightly with shields. So, we've done a bit of work on the boat today, done a lot of work on the base today. I think that's a good place to call it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It was a little bit of a boring one, you know, we didn't get on any adventures today, but who knows, maybe next week's will be something special. We'll just have to see. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next JAAMtastic adventure.